Fitness class videos are all over TikTok, and some of them make me laugh, some of them are super inspiring or provide helpful advice, and some of them make me question where we're going as a society. In today's video, we are going to be reacting to all of the top group fitness instructor TikToks that I found on my For You page this month. So if you're not subscribed already, what are you doing? Go ahead and subscribe. Check out my podcast, The Group Fitness Guide, which is also posted on YouTube. And without further ado, let's get started. All right, I'm not gonna be doing any sort of ranking system, tier list, anything like that. We are just gonna simply do a good old reaction video where we watch video and I will give you some of my thoughts on it. So let's check out this first one. I thought this was a fun one to start off to really wake us up for this video, and in all honesty, while I would probably never do that myself, I absolutely love the energy he's giving in class, and if I was in that class, I would feel so much more hyped up and so much more relaxed knowing that my instructor was having such a fun time. And I also just want to comment on his ability to like get down on the bike and twerk like that. I think that is so impressive. I have a few friends who 100% would also do that.
We ain't showing together, but as a team, when I'm ready to go. Hey, I have a couple of shots in the bar. I'm gonna play with the. Okay, I think we have lost the plot in our workout classes officially. The class this morning had every piece of equipment under the sun. Only used each thing one or two times. Everything is a combo move, and it just doesn't need to be that complicated. Sometimes the basics are there for a reason. Don't get me wrong, I appreciate a combo move, but a lot of times they're not like built into it, if that makes sense. Like, okay, go lunge to a curl to a press, then you're stepping to the top, and then you're hinging forward, you're taking a row. That's so chaotic. We've just lost the plot. Simple moves, add in the complex movement, but not lose sight of the foundation.
Well, to answer the question she posed, yeah, we've lost the plot. And this is the hill that I'm gonna choose to die on as an instructor. Basic and fundamental movement patterns are going to give so many more results than a flashy sequence. And if I go to a class and the instructor is trying to like reinvent the fitness wheel, the only thing that I'm gonna take away from that class is that that instructor is not qualified. They chose to ignore their certification and credentials and just do their own thing, which I have worked with people like that, and it just leaves a really bad taste in your mouth. I work with new instructors a lot, but a lot of the time I find that they feel very pressured to pull out this like crazy movement sequence to like prove to me that they know how to program, and I don't want to see that. I just want to see that they can teach the basics to every single person in the room. Like, I don't need to see how creative you can get. I just want to see that you could do your job. If the whole class is confused the entire time, I think as an instructor you need to take a step back and examine your programming and your intentions, and whether you are doing this to actually teach individuals or whether you're doing this for your ego and to prove how athletic you are, because ultimately we're not in it for us, we're in it for them. Or at least we should be. All right, let's watch another one. I've got thoughts on this. I might disagree with the creator here, but I also value her critique.
Tracy Anderson, an offensively expensive workout class in New York City, just announced that unless you are a member, you cannot film in its studios. The membership at Tracy Anderson is a cool $900 a month. For that $900, you will have the privilege of twerking it back on the mat. Because the workout is so bombastic, combined with the price point, the videos from this class tend to go pretty viral. But up until now, you could film in the class regardless of if you were a member or someone dropping in for $60 a class to enjoy the privilege of the instructor not speaking to you. To combat the rampant filming in class, they've decided to only allow people who are paying enough to film in class. And if you pay for a membership, you can continue to film. You're only willing to give them $60 at a time. You're not worth their time and the hassle of having someone film in class. I have absolutely no idea how one is going to enforce this. I feel so bad for the front desk people who are now going to have to explain this completely ridiculous rule. The actual solution here would have just been to say no filming at all, but I think they probably enjoy the publicity and they know that the fact that it's now going to be a flex because it will be an implication that you are dropping well above $10,000 a year to work out is only going to make people get memberships even more.
The comments on this video were a lot of like, oh, I guess they lost their marketing, and just like, well, no one's gonna actually read the comments. This rule is hilarious, insane. There goes their marketing. Why are people filming in class anyway? Yeah. I don't disagree with this rule inherently, but I do think it's hard to enforce. Let me explain why. First and foremost, I think the Tracy Anderson method is a load of BS. However, if Tracy Anderson and her classes are what gets you to go to a fitness space and gets you to show up for yourself and your body consistently, I think it's a good tool, because we have to remember the bigger picture. 80% of Americans do not meet the recommended strength guidelines, and 50% of Americans don't meet the recommended aerobic guidelines. And so the primary goal is just get people moving in some way that they enjoy. On the other side of the coin, I think that misinformation is a dangerous thing, and you can even see that on just go to any gym Reddit and people are asking how to shrink specific parts of their body that you just can't because genetics. You will get osteoporosis. But on the flip side of the coin, public filming, okay? I hate public filming in workout spaces. And I am someone who posts content on social media. And I mean, full responsibility here, I used to film in the gym because back then I just didn't understand some of the implications. And I really tried very hard not to get people's faces or identifiers or at all in my videos. Sometimes they are in my videos, sometimes they're blocked out. Some of those videos are taken down where you can truly figure out who's in the video. I have made a lot of mistakes on the internet in terms of filming in places I wasn't supposed to film. It wasn't until the past 2 years where I've really stopped filming in the gym unless I am in a completely private space where no one else is around and I am not violating anyone's comfortability by them even having to see my camera, right? And so it's just very rare. I see filming in workout classes used as a way to shame instructors or workout studios. I think that an instructor or a studio can 100% do something wrong and need a consequence as a result. Maybe they lose a member, maybe they have to do some rethinking, maybe they have to change their system. With social media, that consequence becomes like a public humiliation ritual where millions of people can see it and the situation is blown out of proportion. Think about the solid core drama with, I think his name's Anthony Fiesta. An instructor missed class, like overslept her alarm, missed a class, and he was in there by himself filming with meta glasses. That instructor got blasted on the internet for a simple mistake. Yes, if you're an instructor in the morning, you need to have your shit together, but life happens and alarms don't go off or you get sick or just something happens. And once it happens, you never do it again. But then she got shamed on the internet by millions of individuals. That was out of proportion. A simple apology and credit refund was all that needed to happen. Additionally, I think for every 5 people that film in a respectful, private way, back of the class, in the corner, phone on the water bottle, back camera facing you, no one can tell, it's just you, you're not making fun of the instructor, it's just a positive video. I think for every 5 people that film respectfully, there is one person that's going to be parked in the front row filming with everyone's face showing in the background, and that is disrespect. Not everyone who goes to workout classes is an influencer, and they are not consenting to having their life end up online. You filming in a workout class is different than a studio marketing taking photos. I have seen so many workout videos where the comments are focused on those random people in the background. And sometimes it's positive, I'll give them that, where it's like, oh my gosh, I love her set, I want to know where she got it. And sometimes you make a face in class because you're trying really hard and it gets screenshotted at the wrong angle and it gets used as a meme in the comments. And that might be fun to commenters, but you don't know if that's the person's biggest insecurity or how that's gonna make you feel. And I just think, final note before we move on, our lives were not meant to be filmed 24/7. All right, let's just move on and watch the next one. I could go on so many rants about why I don't like filming in classes, but here's the next one.
It's so crazy because I'm supposed to teach a 45-minute soul cycle class in 5 minutes and I'm like holding back tears because I broke up with my boyfriend yesterday. And I have like 50 people in class that I have to hold space for and like act like everything is fine around them, so. Also remember that I have to post a brand deal and it's a video of us this week.
I feel for this instructor so badly. I watch her content myself, I'm a follower, and I truly hope she's doing a bit better now. But I wanted to show this video because I think she brings on the bigger point that as instructors, we are in a customer service role, and sometimes we have to put our own needs aside for the good of the customer. And sometimes it can actually help with that emotional regulation to have something that you need to do and have to put emotions aside for later to deal with them in a more healthy way afterwards. But sometimes things are just too much and too big and you just need to deal with it in the moment. And that puts us in a hard position. I remember a few months ago, I was just having a really bad mental health day right before class. I was like crying my eyes out before even getting to the studio to teach. And I walked in, I just wanted to be alone in the room. And I had 3 coworkers in there that of course all wanted to really chat that day. No fault to them. I hid my feelings, I sucked it up. I just remember thinking like, man, I wish I was alone in this room right now. Like these emotions that I'm feeling are huge. All right, we're gonna talk about ClassPass. We got a few ClassPass videos on here. Here's the first one. I have a love-hate relationship with ClassPass and you will see why.
I do not understand business owners who put their studios on ClassPass and then get upset when ClassPass members come into their business facility. Putting your business on ClassPass is optional. So if you're not going to treat people with kindness and respect and give them optimal customer service, just as you would your regular members, I mean, I would hope, then maybe remove your business off of ClassPass. People still invest their money into getting credit, so it's not a free service and it's not cheap either. If you're upset with ClassPass because they don't pay you as much or what you believe your studio is worth, take that up with ClassPass, not ClassPass members. I don't understand it. There's instructors and business owners that just make ClassPass users feel so unwelcomed. Why would you treat them poorly and look down on them because they're using a third-party system that you signed up for? It's optional. We really need to get back to the roots of kindness and respect and cultivating welcoming environments in the fitness space, because there's lots of people who are going into these classes for the first time and your nasty attitude is going to be what deters them from ever going back.
I think that ClassPass provides a lot of access and opportunity to a variety of movement types for individuals who might not be able to afford monetarily or a time commitment to just a regular studio membership. However, studios that are putting themselves on ClassPass need to be giving the same level of customer service to every single customer. If the goal is to get more memberships to the studio and more consistent income, then make the experience so amazing for ClassPass users that they are compelled to buy a membership to your studio. I found that people are usually on ClassPass for 4 different reasons. They're usually on there because a studio membership's out of budget for them. And since studios, find a way to make your membership more affordable. Maybe you have different pricing packages of like 1 class a week, 4 classes a month for this amount or something like that. Or like a cleaning program in exchange for certain numbers of free classes. You know, maybe people are on there because they want a larger variety of fitness offerings and you are just a yoga studio offering one format of yoga. I encourage individuals who are doing it for this to look into a big bucks gym where you get so much more for less price. Those instructors are equally as amazing as the ones who take at boutique studios, and there's often more class times and more class spaces available. And then 3, there's 4 of these. They're not going to fitness classes as often and a membership just doesn't suit them, and maybe your single class packaging is ridiculous. And then finally, they're shopping around to figure out what they want to get a membership to. Sell them, wow them, be so kind and amazing and a quality service that they choose your studio. Okay, these next 2 are ones that I absolutely love and I think are so relatable and also so important in our industry.
As fitness instructors, we have a lot of opportunity to build community at our studios, and one of my favorite things that I came up with as a solid core coach in Philly is the Team Teach and Coffee Hour. This is a monthly series when I do a team teach with one of my other coaches, and then after class we invite all the clients to come get coffee with us if they're free. At first I was really worried no one would be into it, but it's really become something everyone looks forward to every month. And it's such a great chance for people to meet outside the studio and get to know each other, really put faces to names, and hear about what other people do. And let's be honest, nowadays there's a million different workout studios that people could go to, so I think it's your job as an instructor to make people feel welcome and drive a sense of community. Because yes, people come to solid core because of how tough the workout is, but I also think people come for the way it makes them feel and the community aspect. And personally, it would be very challenging for me to wake up at 4:30 a.m. to come teach classes if I didn't feel connected to what I was doing and the people I was doing it for.
100%. I love this TikTok so much. In my experience, group fitness classes are becoming one of those third spaces for people where they're seeking community. I have full friend groups that come to my strength class every single week. I've got couples that come to yoga for date night, and just people are using this as a way to build connection and build community. And instructors can benefit from that by helping lead the community building process and making group fitness more than just a workout. We did some team teaching at one of my jobs last month. I did like a Disney sing-along pop-up and people were so hyped for it and were just so bought into the experience. And when people are bought in, that is the highlight of my career. I think instructors, specifically like this creator who really focus on building community, really live by those principles that we're taught as group fitness instructors. Now this next one's just funny, but I love its message equally as much. So let's see it. I love that. Malfunctions are gonna happen to all of us. Doesn't mean you're a bad instructor if it does. I had the exact same thing happen to me while teaching a few months back and didn't notice to the end of class, and it's just one of those moments where you have to laugh it off. These next two focus a lot on the importance of strength training, and I know this is about group fitness stuff, but I think this is equally important, and I loved these Tik Toks so much.
Everyone's doing Pilates and no one's lifting weights, so welcome to Gym Girl 101. Today I'm going to bring you through a full body workout that you can do dumbbells only. I know the gym can be intimidating, so this is something you can just grab a mat and some dumbbells, do in the corner. You can do it at home. You're going to need a heavy set of dumbbells. I have 30-pound dumbbells here, and then one medium dumbbell. I have 20. Let's just get into it. I'm going to start this circuit with a reverse lunge. Your right leg stays forward, your weights are by your side. Step back on the left. Using that front right foot, you push up, stand all the way up tall. Lunge back, get deep with those knees, 90-90. Stand all the way up. We're gonna work for 45 seconds in each exercise. Once you finish your 45 seconds, take a 10 to 15 second recovery. You're gonna drop to one knee. Your right knee should be up, your left knee is down. This is where you grab that medium dumbbell. Your palm faces towards you. You're gonna hammer curl that weight and then press it overhead. Drop it all the way back down. Core is tight, hips are square, ribs are knitted in together. You hammer curl that weight up to your shoulder. You press it right overhead. You drop it all the way back down, full extension at the bottom. We're gonna go into our right obliques. Your right forearm is gonna be on the mat. Your head is in line with your spine. You're lifting up through your right oblique, not dumping that weight into your right shoulder. You're holding a side plank right here. Those are the first three exercises. You're gonna reverse the whole thing. So you're gonna do that left leg lunge, drop the right knee, right arm curl to press, left forearm down, left side plank. Put those heavy weights on your hips, kind of like right under your hip bone. It shouldn't hurt. It's like tuck up your tailbone, lift those hips to the sky. It's a glute bridge here. I like to try to keep my hips hovering just to keep tension on the glutes. Now last exercise right here. You're gonna take one of the dumbbells, heavy or medium, whatever your body feels like it can handle today. It's a tricep extension. Your upper arm doesn't move. You're just bending at the elbow. That forearm drops to roughly 90 degrees. You press all the way back up. The biceps stay by your ear. 45 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, 3 to 4 rounds of it depending on how much time you have. I'm gonna leave the full workout written out right here if you wanna screenshot it, and I will see you in our next lesson. Don't be late.
I love this so much. And what I absolutely love about this video is she's using heavy weights, heavier than 10 pounds. I think that the workout's fantastic. It hits all the things. We have that unilateral bend and lift. We have pulls and pushes. We're working on core bracing. We're working on hip hinging. We're working on those accessory movements and compound movements. I think it's a great workout. And coming from a fitness instructor can really help bridge the gap between group fitness and strength training. When I teach my strength class, the goal is not for people to be dependent on me and my workouts. The goal is to give them the confidence, direction, form, and knowledge needed to go out and do it on their own when they have outgrown my class. And I think online workouts coming from fitness instructors that emphasize heavy weight are just a huge net positive for our community. So your favorite instructors have the bodies that they do and are capable of what they do because they pick up heavier weights. Let's watch this next video. Love it. I think it's hilarious. No notes. I feel the same way when I take another instructor's class. And also, what a flex. Great job. If you have any videos you want me to review in next month's TikTok video, send them my way. You can shoot me a DM on Instagram at JCSpivey. It's linked in the description and I will review it for the next video. But other than that, I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.